London, a city filled with lights, movement, and late-night journeys home. For most people, a simple walk is routine. For one woman it became a tragedy that changed a nation forever. This is the story of Sarah Everard, and the former police officer Wayne Couzens. A man who misused authority, trust, and power in the most horrifying way. Who was Sarah? Background. Sarah Everard was 33 years old. A marketing executive. Independent, kind, and responsible. Friends described her as warm and dependable, someone who always stayed in touch and planned carefully. On the evening of March 3, 2021, she visited a friend in South London. They talked, laughed, and shared what seemed like an ordinary night. Around 9 p.m., Sarah began her walk home. She messaged her boyfriend to say she was on the way. The streets were lit. The distance was short. Nothing seemed unusual, but danger sometimes hides behind a familiar face. The disappearance. Hours passed. Her phone stopped responding. She never reached home. Concern quickly turned into panic. Search parties formed. Her photo spread across social media. Volunteers walked the same streets she had walked. How could someone disappear from a busy city road? Days later, the devastating truth emerged when her remains were found miles away in woodland. Shock spread across the country. Grief turned into anger. The deception and kidnapping. Investigators uncovered a chilling detail. The suspect was not a stranger lurking in darkness. He was a serving police officer at the time. Using his warrant card and handcuffs, Couzens falsely arrested Sarah, claiming she had broken COVID-19 regulations. Witnesses even saw the interaction. They saw handcuffs. They saw compliance. They believed it was a lawful arrest. But it was not an arrest. It was a kidnapping carried out in plain sight. Trust became the trap. The hours of terror, assault, and murder. According to prosecutors, Sarah was held for hours after being abducted. During that time, she was sexually assaulted, a detail that deeply shocked the public and intensified outrage across the UK. In the early hours of March 4, her life was taken by strangulation using a police belt. The sequence described in court was haunting. Deception, kidnap, assault, strangulation. But the horror did not end there. Burning and concealment of the body. After the murder, Couzens stopped at a petrol station, buying drinks and supplies, behaving as if nothing had happened. Later, he transported Sarah's body to Woodland in Kent. There, prosecutors stated he attempted to burn the body and later returned to move and hide the remains using bags he had purchased specifically for that purpose. In an especially disturbing twist, he even took his family on a trip near that same woodland days later. A fact that left the public stunned and horrified. The courtroom. Inside the courtroom, silence was heavy with grief. Sarah's family spoke through tears and courage. Her mother described unimaginable pain and the cruelty of her daughter's final hours. Her sister questioned the lies told to Sarah and the fear she must have endured. Her father said no punishment could equal the suffering inflicted on their family. The accused sat with eyes closed and head bowed as the statements echoed through the court. Public reaction and impact. The tragedy ignited nationwide outrage. Women across the UK shared personal stories of unsafe walks, harassment, and fear. Vigils filled city squares with candles and flowers. Attention turned toward the Metropolitan Police Service, raising serious questions about accountability and missed warning signs. International networks such as CNN reported extensively, turning the case into a global discussion about women's safety and institutional trust. A badge is meant to represent safety. A uniform is meant to symbolize protection. But in this case, they became tools of betrayal. Sarah Everard's story is not only about a crime. It is about awareness, reform, and the urgent need for safer streets. A reminder that vigilance and accountability matter. Because sometimes, the most frightening danger doesn't hide in the dark. It stands in the light, and asks you to trust it. Thanks for watching this video. If you want more crime stories like this, please subscribe my channel.